The next question is, what is the only truck that can have both a normal fuel tank, or what is just called fuel tank on the game, and a small fuel carrier? Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be doing sort of a little quiz or like a did you know type of video, something a little different. So I'm going to be excluding the Phase 8 trucks, and that means the Kirovets K700, the Kirovets K7M, and the Step 39331 Pike, along with the Rezvani Hercules. But I will pop up the stats where these trucks would rank. The way I have this set up is inside the parentheses is the absolute maximum amount of that thing you can carry on your truck at any one time. The reason I'm doing it this way is because, as an example, the Azov 73210 can have a spare tire add-on which gives you 2 spare tires, but if you were to equip the large maintenance add-on which gives you more spare tires, you have to take off those spare tires to put that on, so you can't have more spare tires from that. So it's the maximum amount. Alright, so the first question, and we'll start off with a little easier one, is what is the only scout in the game that has no extra fuel, no extra repair points, and no spare tires? There's only one. So I'll give you guys a few seconds. You can pause the video if you need. So if you had guessed the Cat TH357, you would be correct. This is the only scout that can have no extras on any of those three. So the second question is, there is 2 scouts with no repair points. What are they? Obviously we just discussed the first one, so basically what is the second one? Again, I'll give you guys a few seconds here to figure out your answers. You can pause the video if you need. So if you guys said the Tuz 166, you were correct. This vehicle can have no repair points. And just so you know, not all these are going to be scout related, just the first couple. So, the next question is, what is the scout with the third most spare fuel? So this one will probably trip you up. This one caught me off guard. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Again, pause the video if you need. So believe it or not, the answer is the Scout 800. Again, this one caught me off guard. This was quite a surprise. But if you look at all of the fuel on there, it has 7 things. Each of them have 20 fuel. So there's 140 spare fuel. So I know when I started playing this game and I started using the Scout 800, it felt really tippy. Well, now it makes sense why. Because the Scout 800 has one of the biggest roof racks in the game in terms of repair points, fuel, and spare tires. It ranks 3rd on fuel behind the F750, which we got here, and the Apache, which is right next to us. It's also tied for 3rd in spare tires behind the F750, which can have 8 if you have all the different add-ons that we have right now. And it's behind the Apache, which can have a max of 6 with the different add-ons. And the Scout 800 can have up to 5 spare tires. It's also tied in 3rd in terms of repair points behind, again, the F750 and the International Lodestar. So the F750 can have 500 repair points. The International Lodestar, with this unique add-on here, can have 400, and the Scout 800 is tied with 300. What is the only Scout that can have 3 spare tires? I'll give you guys a second here again. Pause the video if you need. The answer again is the International Lodestar. With this unique truck bed, it can have 3 spare tires. It's the only Scout that can have 3 spare tires. All the other ones are 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, or 8. All the other trucks that can have 3 as spare wheels. So we got the Zixi 5368, which it has the spare wheel in the middle, and then we got the maintenance add-on, which adds another 2. There are only 2 other trucks that can have 3 for spare wheels. So we have the Tuz Acteon. This also has the spare wheel tucked in between the truck, or the cab, and the add-on. And then it also has a small maintenance add-on which adds another 2, so 3 in total. And the last vehicle that can have a 3rd spare tire is the Crocodile. So this one, as you can see underneath the bed there's a tire. And then we also have the maintenance add-on which adds 2 more, so we got 3 spare tires. Alright, the next question here is what vehicle across all categories can have the most amount of repair points? So believe it or not, it is the Zixi 605R. Now this one can have 800 points in the maintenance add-on and 600 in the roof rack, which gives it a total of 1400. There's not a single other vehicle over 1,000. There are only 2 trucks that have over 800 repair points. So the service add-on is 800. What is the second truck that can have over 800 repair points? So the answer is the KSR 58 Bandit, with a total of 950. It has 150 in the roof rack and 800 in the add-on. And it will actually be tied with the new Step 39331 Pike when that comes out. It's got 150 in the roof rack and can have the service add-on which adds 800. So that new Pike will be tied for second. What is the truck that can hold the second most amount of fuel in the game? I say second most because most of you probably know which vehicle can hold the most, so I'll give you guys a few seconds. And the answer is the Tatra Force. This truck can hold the second most amount of fuel in the game at 2,160. It can have 160 in the roof rack and 2,000 with the special Tatra fuel tank. The truck that can hold the absolute most is the International Paystar 5600 TS at a whopping 2,800 liters. There are another 5 vehicles tied at 2,000 liters, which are the CAT 770G with its unique fuel tank. We then have the Azov 73210 with its large maintenance add-on that adds 2,000 exactly. We also have the Pacific P12, also with the same add-on, the large maintenance add-on. We have the Tatra Phoenix, which has the Tatra add-on of 2,000 fuel. And the last truck of the group that's tied for third is the Zixi 605R. This one can have 1,800 in the fuel tank and 200 in the roof rack for a combined 2,000. Alright, the next question is, there are 5 trucks that can have 8 spare tires. I'll give you a hint. We named 3 of them so far, And of the two that are not named, there is one in the heavy class and one in the off-road class. I'll give you guys a few seconds to think about it. Pause the video if you need. So one of those trucks is the Ford F-750, which has the 8 spare tires, which we talked about earlier. The second truck that can have 8 is the Taiga 6455B. So this one can have 1 on the roof, 1 on the side, and then 6 in the add-on. The third one that's tied at 8 is the KSR 58 Bandit. This one can have 6 in the service add-on and 2 in the roof rack for a total of 8. The fourth one is the Pacific P512PF. So this one on the spare wheel add-on, it actually has 2 spares, and then we have the service add-on, which gives us another 6 for a total of 8. And the last one, tied with 8, is the Azov 73210. This one has 2 with the spare wheel add-on as well, and then the service add-on adding another 6 for a total of 8. The next question is, what is the only truck that can have both a normal fuel tank, or what is just called fuel tank on the game, and a small fuel carrier? And I'll give you guys a hint for this one. This is the Crocodile. This has the small fuel carrier I'm talking about, but this truck can't have the normal fuel tank. But this is the fuel tank you're looking for. What truck can have this and a normal sized fuel tank? And the answer is the Zixi 5368. For some reason, this truck can have both fuel carriers, the small fuel carrier and the fuel tank. There are also 2 other trucks that can have the small fuel carrier, which is the Tatra 805, this one here. And the 805's fuel tank and the Crocodile's actually changes color with the paints. This is the 900 liter small fuel carrier. I'll just throw that out there for you guys. The last truck that can have the small fuel carrier is the Tuz Acteon. So there is these 4. So as you guys can see, we have the small fuel carrier with the Zixi 5368. And right above that, we have the normal fuel tank. So you can have 900 liters or 1800 liters. Alright, we got one more question, but I'm actually going to throw in a bonus question at the end. So there's actually one more truck that can have a small fuel carrier, but it's a smaller small fuel carrier, which is kind of weird that it's not listed as its own category, but it's a 600 liter fuel tank. If you think you know the answer, put it down below, and let me know how many of you guys got right at the end of this. The correct answer is the Tuz Warthog. Some of you guys might have known that because I kind of ruled out all the other trucks with the small fuel carriers. So here's that still called a small fuel carrier, 600 liters. And then I figured since we talked about all the other trucks, why not just throw in the Cat 745C. So this one also has a unique fuel carrier. If you have the service add-on, you're getting 1400 fuel. If you have the big fuel tank, the normal fuel tank, you're getting 1800 liters. This one's right in the middle at 1600 liters. So the bonus question is, there are 4 trucks that can add or change spare tires in the visualization part, or the visual area of the customization. So do you guys know what the 4 are? I'll give you another hint actually. These are all Scout vehicles. I'll give you a second to think about it. Again, pause the video if you need. So one of them is the new Gore-by-4, came out in Phase 7. As you can see, there's 2 different options in which you can use the spare wheel. The option on the right is the option with the roof rack, the large roof rack, and the small roof rack is on the left, and then we modified it in the visual area to add the tire. So here we are in the visuals area of the customize, and as you can see, the roll cage with spare wheel adds a spare wheel. If we go back to the frame add-ons, we can only equip the small roof rack. We can't do the large one because we have that front bumper on there. So if we take that off, we can now put the large one. So that is one vehicle where you can customize or add a tire in the visual area of the customizations. So there's 2 Russian ones and 2 American ones. The second one is the Tuz 166. So as you can see, we have the roof rack and the tire on the back. The tire on the back is added through the visual area, so I'll show you that now. So this is the stock bumper. If you go to rear bumper, and you can go to with wheel mount, you gain a spare tire. Now to the American side of things, we have the Jeep Wrangler with the tire on the back. So this one comes stock with the tire on the back, but there's another customization that you can do to change or add a tire on the back. So as you can see, we can't equip the spare wheel in the normal upgrade area because we have the one in the visual area. So we'll go to the visual, and if we go to the back, the toe loops one comes with a spare tire. So this is your stock, and toe loops adds a spare tire to it. And then here is your normal looking spare tire. So here is your 2 different options. As you can see, you got the toe loops on the right, your stock one on the left. The last one is the Jeep Renegade. So this one already has a spare tire as well. And this one you actually, all 3 options give you a spare. So it's kind of doesn't count because you can't really take the spare off. So here in the visuals, if we click on this, the toe loops, which is the one we have, has a spare. The double pipe also has a spare, and the stock version has a spare. So you don't gain a tire, but it's one of the few trucks that customizing it in the visual area actually gives you a spare. But like I said, this one, it doesn't give it to you because you already have it, so it's just changing. But alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys like this video, please be sure to subscribe. I don't say this often, but if you like this video, you'll probably like videos that I've made in the past, and you'll probably like videos that I'll make in the future. So I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. And this one was all based around repair points, spare tires, and fuel. So there are other videos that I could make of this, and if this one does well, maybe I'll do that. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.